Hey gamers, Rob from Zborgaming here, and in today's weapon guide we're going to take a look at the AX50 sniper rifle. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to look at here is the infographic for the AX50. It unlocks at level 37 with a max level of 39. It's probably one of the better sniper rifles in the game. Again, there are only 3 though. So as far as the camo requirements for the AX50s in the bottom left hand corner here, this is standard across both the marksman rifle and sniper rifle class. As far as the base stats of the AX50, in its base range damage is 0 to 75 meters, it does 214 damage to the head, 112 to the chest, 102 to the stomach, and 91 to the limbs. So anywhere except the limb shot will be a one-shot kill. As far as the magazine size, it only has a 5-round magazine, which you can up with the 7 or 9 round mags. Has a pretty slow fire rate at only 48 RPM and a long ADS speed of 617 milliseconds. As far as reload times, it's a little over 2 seconds on the base reload, and you can cut that about in half with sleight of hand. As far as all the attachments, we have all these listed out here with all the unlock levels, and we also have this infographic available at zborgaming.com. I'll leave a link to this infographic in the description below. You can go ahead, click on that, and check this infographic out on the website. That way you can keep it and reference back to it if you want to. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time going on the loadouts. We've got a couple of those here on the next page. So these are a couple of pro loadouts you can take a look at. One focuses on a faster ADS speed with some of that extra ammo and the focus perk, which helps to keep your aim steady when people are firing at you. The other one has more of a stealth setup with that Singard Arms Pro and the monolithic suppressor, helping increase your damage at range. Also adding some ADS speed with that Arms Assassin and the tac laser. As far as the advanced statistics for the AX50, you can see that it only has the one drop-off range at 75 meters. So you're going to have 2 damage ranges, one from 0 to 75 and one from anything 75 meters and over. Now for most core multiplayer game modes, that 75 meters won't come into play a whole lot because a lot of the maps really don't have any sight lines that are that long. If you look at the movement speed, it's at 88%, so it's around LMG as far as movement speed. And as far as ADS strafe speed, it's one of the slowest in the game at 27%. We'll go through the recoil pattern here in a little bit. As far as some of the special attachments for the AX50, it does have 3 unique barrels, the Singard Arms Pro, the 17-inch factory, and the 32-inch factory. And I'll go into a lot more detail on those attachments here in the upcoming slides. So first thing we want to look at here is the aim stability, and so you can see this is sighted at 50 meters. It does bounce around quite a bit, so an attachment with some aim stability will help, but that is fairly standard for the sniper rifles. And that's the amount of idle sway at around 50 meters. So like I mentioned, for the upcoming recoil test, we did all these on Candor Hideout at the location here, and this is about 50 meters away from that wall that has the X's on it. The AX50 is always either a 1 or a 2-shot kill in all core game modes, and it's a 1-shot kill in hardcore regardless where you hit the opponent at. So at this range of 50 meters, that base damage does apply. So you'll be doing 214 damage to the head, 112 to the chest, 102 to the stomach, and 91 to the limbs. Now, depending on what barrel you attach, that will adjust the effective range. And you can see I have those listed out here. So if you want, you can pause the slide here and go ahead and note those. But you will see that both the Singard Arms Pro and the 32-inch factory barrel will increase that base damage range, and that 17-inch factory barrel will decrease the damage range. So as far as the recoil testing for the AX50, here is the base recoil pattern at 50 meters. So you can see after that first shot, it does jump quite a bit, and it doesn't really recenter a whole lot. So as you continue firing, the recoil pattern keeps jumping higher and higher and higher. So we went ahead then and we looked at some of the attachments that help with recoil control for the AX50. First one we looked at was the compensator, and you can see that this definitely had a help in the overall vertical recoil. Next thing we looked at was the bipod. We did it standing, and then we also did it crouched. Now you can see standing, actually, we had a really huge jump to that second bullet, and then it sort of followed the same pattern from before. Crouched, you can see you didn't really get a whole lot of help here. Um, Now, as far as the 32-inch factory barrel, you can see here that this states it should help with some of your recoil control, and we actually got not a whole lot of help here. You actually had a much larger jump on that second bullet than you do with just the base recoil of the gun. We also looked at the rubberized grip tape, and this didn't really show a whole lot of improvement over just the base recoil pattern. So as far as all these attachments, it really only looks like the compensator had a substantial help to your vertical recoil for the AX50. So definitely take a look at using the compensator. So we decided to take a look at a couple loadouts here for the AX50 and put some combinations together. So the first one we looked at here was that compensator with the rubberized grip tape and the tack laser, and you can see that helped a little bit compared to the base recoil. Now you can see here in this test we actually had quite a bit of jump on that second bullet, unlike the first test we did. So keep that in mind. There is a little bit of inconsistency with regards to where that scope is going to jump. Second loadout we looked at here had the compensator, the 32-inch factory barrel, the rubberized grip tape, the Singard Arms Marksman, and the tack laser. So you would expect this one to have pretty good recoil control with that compensator, the factory barrel, and the Marksman stock. And it did. You could see it cut probably about 20% of that vertical jump out. Loadout 3 was more of a mobility loadout with a 17-inch factory barrel, the stipple grip tape, that arms assassin, tack laser, and focus. This is more of your quick scope setup, and you can see here that you do lose some of that recoil control. It jumps all over the place. But really, if you're running this loadout, you're probably more of a quick scoping, shooting at closer ranges, and you're really going for that one-shot kill. And again, I'll say that, the one-shot kill, wherever your reticle is aimed, that's pretty much where the bullet is going to go. So loadout 4 here, I actually did two things. The first thing I tried at 50 meters was quick scoping, and what I did here is I shot, I zoomed out, I zoomed back in and shot as soon as I zoomed in. And you can see here by doing that quick scope type approach, I got a pretty decent recoil profile and all the bullets were fairly tight. At that 50 range distance, pretty much all five of these shots are going to hit the target. So that quick scoping in and shooting, as long as your white dot is on target, you should be pretty accurate. And that loadout here was the compensator, the 17-inch factory barrel, stipple grip tape, the arms assassin, and the tack laser. So it was a very similar loadout to loadout 3. The difference here is we took off the focus perk and we put the compensator on. So that's really all I got for you here on the AX50. It's a very capable sniper rifle. As long as you get that one shot to anywhere in the torso or the head, you'll be killing enemies no problem. We have a handful of loadouts here. Again, go back, take a look. I would take a look at loadout 2 if you're looking at more of a ground war or possibly Warzone type loadout, as that's going to have a very good recoil profile, and you're not typically going to be quick scoping people in ground war or in Warzone. If you're running more core game modes and you want to do some quick scoping, definitely take a look at loadout 4 or loadout 3, as these are more built to have that fast ADS speed. So with that, I hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. We'll have more weapon guides coming out soon. Thanks for watching.